Listen,
I
we
was
gonna talk
reading.
about no more Diddy parties for nobody,
Oh,
uh, because Mr. Sean Diddy Combs was arrested uh September
man.
16th, 2 days ago, here in New York City. Now, something interesting though. Um,
You saw him at the park?
he no, I didn't, but he was just you seen those videos? He's just out there like
He was
he
enjoying his
knew.
freedom.
He
Yeah.
looked mad nervous.
He did know. He knew.
Yeah.
He knew. That was the reason he was in New York, was to surrender.
That's interesting you say. So,
For real, you
um
have
What
I
happened? Where did he get arrested? And
in New York. He got arrested.
was it like at
Locked
his house? Was he out and they just what
Nah,
happened?
I think it was already set up for him to surrender. His lawyers had it set up so that he can surrender himself in New York. So that's why he was there. I think he went like a week early, spent some time in the hotel there with it. He had his family with him. So they were just spending time out there. He was in Harlem, Manhattan, wherever.
And then he
Um,
just like walked into the police station and turned himself in.
yeah,
well,
I believe probably with his lawyer.
it's not local police, it's federal.
Federal,
So,
yeah. Yeah.
Oh, the federales. Okay.
yeah,
Yeah.
So, he's been arrested following a federal investigation into multiple charges, including racketeering conspiracy, sex trafficking, and transportation for prostitution. The indictment alleges that from 2008 to the present time, Combs used his business empire, Bad Boy Entertainment, to exploit and abuse women. He is accused of orchestrating events known as freak-offs, where he coerced women into sexual activities, often using threats, violence, and intimidation to ensure their participation. Combs allegedly engaged in other crimes like forced labor, kidnapping, and obstruction of justice. The indictment also states that he uses influence, power, and wealth to cover up these activities with the help of his associates and employees. Of course, Diddy denies all the allegations, and his legal team vows to fight the charges. So the federal judge sentence has denied him bail, um, and he's concerned about the flight risk. But I think the lawyer had recommended them to hand over their passports so they don't go anywhere, which I believe they did. Even his sons as well.
And his daughters,
Uh,
the whole family.
yeah. So the family, pretty much.
Mhm.
Yeah. So
He offered he he offered 50 million. He offered to put up 50 million and they still denied him. So he
crazy.
right, 48 million for the house in Miami, then the 2 million for the mother's condo.
Mm.
And they were like,
Which is also in
that's not
Miami.
enough. Hmm?
Which is also in Miami.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. And
So
then it was reported like a couple weeks ago, maybe a month ago, that he sold his house in LA.
well, he put it up for sale. I don't know if it actually
Oh,
sold.
he didn't sell it yet? Oh, okay. I
Yeah,
thought he
no,
got
no.
that.
He put it up for sale. What's crazy is I don't know if he was anticipating, right? Like maybe hoping that he could put the house up,
Yeah.
but he just paid off the balance on it too. Which is
Mm.
crazy, right? That you could like that's something you could do. He owed 18 million, so he paid the 18 million off. So so I guess so he could use it, but in turn they ain't, and the even crazier part is if he's done any of the activity in the house, they can confiscate it anyway.
That
Oh, wow.
sucks.
Yeah. So it ain't even like it could be left to his kids or something. Cause if he going down for a long time. So I don't even know like if they could even at this point even sell it and let the kids have the money or what.
Mm. So something interesting I found out, and this was because I watched a podcast with Takashi 69, and he had mentioned that once the federal government is involved in your case, like that's it. There's nobody that has won against the federal government. And he was saying that
They won,
who won?
but I mean people have won, right? I mean, look, Irv Gotti won.
That was federal?
Yeah.
Oh.
It was racketeering. It was a RICO too, I believe, if I'm not mistaken.
Mm.
Somebody said Frico.
Yeah, we seen that. Yeah, they were calling them the Frico charge.
Frico charges.
Yeah, but I mean, people have won, but yeah, they have like they're success rate is like over 85 or close to 90%.
I thought it was like 96% or something.
Yeah,
like that.
yeah.
It's because
FBI.
it's because there's they don't get involved unless they have actual hard evidence.
Right.
So
That's what he
they're
was
not
saying
gonna
too.
pursue it. Yeah, they're not gonna do it. Unless they know for sure they could take them down. So
Exactly. Yeah. Kyle says that did he have the keys to New York City? The key Eric Adams gave him. I think Eric Adams says he wants it back.
Oh.
no, he didn't.
Yeah, he did.
I don't
That
know.
was like, no, he
Did he?
did. They
He
did. They
did?
did come out and
I
say
thought that
that
was fake news.
they wanted it. No. Oh, wait, was?
Uh,
Okay, my bad.
No, I don't know. I'm just saying.
No, I
think
thought
it
I
was
read
fake
an
news.
article like
Uh,
when the first raid was happening. I thought they did all
Mm.
that.
It's possible.
That's crazy.
But I mean, what does it do anyway?
Nothing. It's
Which
nothing.
door open?
That's the hang up plan.
It don't open no doors.
Right.
Yeah.
I just want to know
Um,
who he pissed off because we already
he
been
pissed
through all of
somebody
these
off.
allegations. Yeah, absolutely.
So
But then-
they said the original like lawsuit, the civil lawsuit had Clive Davis mentioned. And
I saw that.
I think, and what's his name? Lucian
Grange.
Grange, right. He was involved. They said that he was attended at the parties. He was on video. And then now, if you look at the document and the paperwork, none of their names are gone. Yeah.
Whoa.
So
I was gonna say I don't know if somebody pissed him off, but at the same time,
absolutely.
but then I was thinking, I was like, man, if it's true that the rumors are that high profile people were in this, his Diddy parties and all that, and that he had cameras set up and he recorded all that, like, I feel like that's a lot for maybe somebody that might be empowered to just, like try to make this kind of go away type of thing.
What you mean?
Like I'm saying, like,
because he
somebody, yeah, because he filmed it or they're on camera,
Mm-hmm.
doing whatever it is, and then why would they want this type of attention? I guess
they don't want the attention,
right? They want the guinea. They want to pin it on him of
Right.
like doing all this stuff and confiscate the proof
Yeah,
of
but what's
blackmail
the-
that he has on them.
Sure,
Right.
but what's to stop the feds from releasing or going after these other people that are
Okay,
involved?
so there's two things, right? They were saying that there the two speculations, right, or conspiracies, however you want to put it. But they're saying that Lucian and Clive actually have friends at Homeland Security or people that they know, whatever the case, right? And that's why Homeland Security was involved to help secure those tapes. So if that's the case, and then their names suddenly disappear from the paperwork because now there's no proof, right? Job done. Now everything is pinned on Diddy, right? Or now if they do have the proof and the feds have it, then possibly they can probably get Puff to flip and them go after them. But I'm believing the other more because their names ain't on the paperwork anymore.
So maybe those are the people that he pissed off.
Oh, I'm sure. Before, so I noticed before all of this started happening, when everything started crumbling, when he lost his, he was making noise, right? He was complaining about wanting to build black businesses bigger, and he only wanted to deal with black businesses going forward. And then he was saying that he wanted to own more of the liquor that he had and all of that. So he was requesting more money from the owners that I guess his partners was Ciroc. So he started making a lot of noise. And I remember that, he started getting cut out of the Ciroc deal. I think he ended up losing that. And then slowly after that, it's just like things just started crumbling. So I don't know what happened, but he definitely pissed somebody off.
Well, artists that he cheated started asking for their publishing back.
Oh, they've been doing that. They've been doing that since the Locks days. But
I know, but he kind of put himself in that position to get attacked because he was like, only black, only. Okay, if you're so black only, then give them their publishing back. All the people.
And then he did, right? But
wrong.
at this point, it was
not
like,
all of them. But yeah, he did some of them.
He did some of them. And then they was like, yeah, but at this point, like they just ran to the ground. Like
Right. After you have made all the money off of
Yeah,
him.
yeah, that's it was like, yeah, bro. Like he gave him pennies at this point. But yeah. But I could see like the decline, right? He was doing these shows. I don't know if he was at in Vest Fest and all of that. And he started and after that, man, I don't know, he was ruffling feathers. And all of a sudden, boy, it just slowly started crumbling.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if you guys have seen I don't know if you guys used to watch his shows Making the Band. He did like the boy band and then he did like the girl band in Danity Kane. And everybody hated Aubrey because they like would drag her, first of all.
They make her look crazy.
Yeah, they would make her look crazy because she was the only one that was like standing up and defending herself. Yes, she's been saying stuff like this. And people are like, you're crazy, you're blah, blah, blah. You're just like selfish. You're like whatever. And now, I don't know if you guys know who Dawn Richards is. She was a part of Danity Kane, but he ended up taking her because Dirty Money and making the trio. It was him and Dawn and this other girl,
Lena.
And she was Dawn was like songwriting and all this stuff for him or whatever, and then she just, I don't know if she filed a lawsuit or what, but I read the documents and basically she was talking about how her experience of like first being invited to one of his freak off parties and it was crazy, and she was like, I want to leave, and his manager is like, okay, let me wait till basically it's not noticeable that you left. And then she said that when she went to the kitchen she saw him physically abusing Cassie, and then she was just saying like throughout the relationship she tried, or their music relationship, she tried telling Cassie to like leave and that she would help her, and then this is what the documents are saying. I guess he found out and started threatening Dawn, and also he like kept a lot of her publishing too. So she's like kind of fighting for that too now, and which is crazy. But she was saying that he's threatened her, like, do you want to die? I make people go missing type stuff. So it's crazy.
Yeah, see, he was doing too much, and that's one of the reasons. That's specifically why he ain't getting bail. Right?
So, sorry, someone on Instagram asked, isn't his case closed or something? I forgot the term, but I guess the public can't be in the courtroom, or a lot of the case isn't public knowledge or something.
Like a sealed case or something?
Maybe under seal. I don't know.
So, I mean, cases
I think
aren't sealed, right?
The guy that spoke, I don't know where he's from, the one that was saying, he basically said they opened the seal type thing. So maybe it's not, and maybe it's public now.
Okay. And then somebody else on Instagram, Make Amends, said, Ayo, if dude starts to sing like a canary, we may have an Epstein situation. And nah, Puffy, a bad hombre. This has been on the back burner simmering. And then J2 the Santos said, Diddy about to snitch and J next, watch.
And then Mike
Wyckoff.
So yeah, exactly, Mike. That's your mic.
Yeah. After he tried to sue that liquor company over racism, everything went downhill, especially the video release.
Yikes.
Yep. I think it started there. Like, I think he started ruffling too many feathers, man. So now it's looking bad. But I wouldn't be surprised if those execs are, because they were saying Lucien actually funded some of those parties.
I mean, I bet.
I mean, 700, 800 bottles of oil or something.
1,000.
Confiscated.
1,000.
That's
1,000. But they saying, so you think that the people, like, if they got film, right, and people that just attended these parties, do you think like they get in trouble too, or they're gonna get called up?
You asking me?
I mean, I'm just saying your thoughts. Anybody?
I feel like every time something like this comes out, we never hear about anybody else ever.
That's true. But in this case, like, because this is not an Epstein case, right? We talking about Puff, or we talking about hip hop. Like, they don't care about that guy. Like, they'll roast him in the public at this point. And I mean, we might see some rapper names, we might see some producers. I know Stevie J gonna go down with him.
Like, we've been doing that with her.
Yeah, I know Stevie J all over those kids. I know it. So
I mean,
that's funny.
Yeah. I mean, do you think I mean, you think that the feds are gonna, hit up Lecrae and be like, "Hey, I need you to,
He might.
come in as a
Crazy said he
witness."
done
Or
walked around into a few situations in that house, and if it's on camera,
I mean, he already said it publicly that he's been around the situation.
And they're
So I
gonna-
don't know. It's nothing
They're
new.
gonna
He's not
call up
hiding.
everybody in the industry. I mean, I think that they should, but will they do that?
I don't think so.
Nah,
I don't
definitely
think so
not.
either.
Crazy.
Not everybody.
Lecrae better
So
be praying right now.
yeah, I mean, he's not listed. He's not listed as anybody, so we're all right for now.
JT Dos Santos said, "Mark my words, Jigga next."
Yeah, he been kind of quiet.
Yeah. So what's the so I don't. I'm not too well versed on what the deal is between them and why everybody's talking about Jay
Because
With
they,
what?
in general,
As a-
with the
like,
whole in general and looping them together.
because there's been conspiracy theories on or mentions and rumors of things that he's done as well, right? Like him messing with Foxy Brown when she was underage, things like that. And who else? Who knows who else? That's just one, but I don't know. People say there's been many, so I don't know. So it's possible. But he did the right thing. He got married and got up out of there. That's what Puff should have did.
Yeah.
Be like 60 years old, still trying to have freak offs. Like, relax.
I mean, apparently Jay-Z was still having freak offs when he was married because Beyonce did a whole
Ooh.
Lemonade album over it.
Oh, I mean,
Cheating.
it could have been, or it could have just been like a
Yeah.
one-on-one, like he messed up. But I don't
being
know. But people been saying that, like, oh, Jay's next. So a lot of people have been saying that, but I don't know too much of that whole thing. But
I
it's
would be
funny.
shocked. I would be shocked if he was next. Not surprised, but I would be shocked if he actually went down, if they actually did something about Jay-Z.
I don't think so. I think he got plenty of friends, and
Yeah, I
like
agree.
he don't seem like the type to pull what Puff did. Like, he's quiet. He's gonna get in line. So I don't see that happening. You saw he just recently opened up the sports book, the Fanatic sports book.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Right, with Michael Rubin.
Yeah, I saw that.
So yeah,
Right.
I don't think that's happening his way. But it's funny. I saw a clip. Someone posted a clip of them at the Rock Nation brunch, and Puff was doing a toast, and he was like, "We brothers, we successful billionaires right here, and we always gonna be here for each other." And the guy's like, "Yeah." Wait, none of them. And Jay-Z standing like right next to him, and they all toasting like, yeah, all right. And none of them dudes are gonna show up in court. Brothers, they ain't gonna put no money on his books or
That's
nothing. Boy.
sad. That is so sad.
It's
That's
true
so
though.
sad. Jesus.
Right. Oh man. So I don't know, man. It might be a wrap for that dude. It's looking like,
I guess we'll see.
right. They appealed the bail today, right? And they denied it.
Yeah, he stayed in jail.
Yeah.
So
Look at
yeah,
Kyle.
we'll see. As long as he keeps his mouth shut and keeps making others money, nothing going to happen.
You talking about Jay?
Well, we'll see. Jimmy says Jay run with informants and has a rat emoji.
He said that on what was it, the last part or the one before? He was saying that.
Yeah. His I think his VP or something like that was a federal informant.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Mike says, nah, he's tied to the NFL. They're not gonna let that happen.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, he's surrounded by all of that. So, when I was going down a rabbit hole with watching these videos, like people talking about the case and Lucien and all that. So then, I don't know, the guy going down this rabbit hole somehow started talking about, the people in the Atlantic and who Lucien is responsible for. And I guess his son, Elliot, had his own company, but managed Ice Spice or manages Ice Spice. And Lucien is I guess his top artist is Taylor Swift. So they were tying the fact that how those two end up getting together. Because they were like, oh, that's a weird combination of people to be friends or whatever. But it's through them. And then Lucian promoted Elliot to CEO of Atlantic.
Oh, is that the one that has Gamma? That's over Gamma?
Is it? I think it might. What was it? Or is it 10 something? 10 down, 10 something. I don't know. I forgot the name of his company, but he did have his own company. And then now they promoted him to CEO of Atlantic.
You're saying it right. I don't even know if I'm saying it right.
But yeah, I don't know the name of his company. But it's crazy how. But anyway, they was just saying like, man, all them dudes is dirty.
Right. Oh, never mind. I was looking at it later.
But it's weird. But a name like Lucian.
Okay.
I was literally thinking that.
Right. Well, so yeah.
What's his last name?
Grange.
Yeah.
Oh, he's British.
But that's
Solar.
what? What's
Oh wow.
y'all looking them up?
She's
Yeah, I
looking
was just looking. I wasn't gonna say anything.
But I don't know. Weird times, man. It's gonna be interesting to see like once they really start getting into the case and they really start getting into the details. Because one of the things they were saying was like, don't be surprised because they're not just gonna go into his, the details of the stuff he did, but they're gonna bring out like Cassie's gonna have it's gonna be a big thing for her too, because they're gonna bring out everything right on her too. So
Dang.
it's not gonna be. She gotta get ready because they're gonna have her stuff all over the news too, and they're gonna once they open up all of that and them court docs start leaking, there's gonna be a lot of stuff in there.
Well,
I just be feeling like I believe it when I see it.
Right.
Because they are always like saying this big thing's gonna come out and all these people are gonna be named and that and
Like
nothing
the
ever
list,
happened.
the Epstein list.
The Epstein list that they've been teasing for
3-4
years. 6 years now. And it's been like 6 years, 5-6 years. Like
this is true right here though. This is true. This comment, Jaguar been telling
right?
me. She has though, and people have been brushing her off like she's a nut. And now look.
Okay, but also someone was also saying, and she hasn't had one lawsuit against her because she's telling the truth.
That is interesting.
Right, exactly. So
J2 the Santos on Instagram said, let's say they go through the whole trial and he somehow gets let go. How do you think this affects hip hop?
Yeah, people are gonna still try to like what's it called?
Distance themselves from him?
Yeah, distance themselves.
I feel like he's done. He'll be done. He gonna have to live a modest life at that point.
According to AI, it says if convicted on all charges, Diddy, if he's convicted on racketeering, that's life in prison, maximum sentence. If he's convicted of sex trafficking by force, fraud, or coercion,
life.
Mandatory minimum sentence of 15 years, maximum is life. And if he's convicted of transportation of prostitution, that has a maximum sentence of 10 years. So it could be multiple sentences if convicted on everything. But
so you're looking at 25 to life.
Yeah.
Either way.
However, the actual time served will depend on the outcome of the trial and any potential plea deals. So this is where, I guess, like Bree was saying, you'll see it to believe it, right? Because if he does doing these deals with the feds, and maybe it'll be like Tekashi, where he just served a little bit of time and then bam, he's out.
Yeah, him and Tekashi gonna have to do an album together. But I don't know. He got to do some telling if that's the case.
Yeah.
He gonna be telling on some rich folks. I seen a video. Did y'all see that video? I think it was TMZ. They ran up on Clive Davis at a party.
No.
Yeah, they ran up on Clive Davis, and the guy, they were talking. I was like, "Hey, Clive, how you doing?" And he was like, "Oh, he was responding. He was like, "I'm good." You could tell he's like really old and slow. And then it was like, "So what do you think about the Diddy incident?" And the guy that was helping Clive was like, "I don't know, for security." He was like, "What'd he say?" And he was like, Diddy. And he was like, "What?" He was like, "Puffy." And he just like shut down and didn't say a word. He like ignored the dude and just kept going into the party.
Oh, this was recent?
Yeah.
Oh, when the first happened. Oh,
This
okay.
was before, right? This was before the arrest, but this was, while the whole thing was going on. So maybe I think it was like last week.
Mm. Okay.
Yeah.
Jimmy says only way Puff gets out is if he sings like AI, like Al Sharp. Yeah,
Al Sharpton sings.
definitely. I guess.
I doubt it. But wow.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know, man. Interesting. I'm gonna be tuned into this.
Yeah, for sure. I want to see
Oh,
what comes out. Kyle says sex addiction / lust took out R. Kelly, Bill Cosby, and now Diddy, and the list will get bigger. Kanye probably next. All right, so everybody over here got their own little prophecies of who's next. Then, all right,
That's hilarious.
all right. Even though Kanye has been saying though, maybe a year or two ago that all these people are about to get outed. So
And Kanye has talked about
so-
Lucy and Grange before.
yeah.
see, there you go.
Didn't Drake mention him recently too?
I don't know.
Somebody was
thought
saying
one
that
of the-
Drake would be next.
Well, Drake would, they already placed the what do you call it, the sex offenders in his crib. So I don't know, but nah, who knows, man? Drake is in
Let's see.
Canada. Yeah.
Yeah, he is. That's true. Yeah, so we'll see. Yeah, so I'm interested in seeing what the court decides to release, and because like the Casey court documents, that was wild, right? And I'm sure they didn't even talk about a whole bunch of stuff as I was reading it, so I couldn't imagine everything else throughout all these years that the defense have on him.